Hello guys, welcome to the next video tutorial on C programming for beginners. And in this video we will see what is a union and how we can use union in C. Now in the last video we have seen how to use structures in C, and union functionally work like structure, but there are some key differences between structures and union which I'm going to discuss. So first of all, let's comment this structure for now, and we are going to declare a union. Okay, so as structure, unions are also declared with a keyword union, and then you can give any name to the union. For example, my union, and then comes these curly braces like these, and then this semicolon. Okay, and in here comes your variables like you declare in the structure. Okay, and if you know, whenever we declare a variable, it has some size or depending upon the data type. So integer has a size of 4 and character has a size of 1 byte. Okay, so for example, if we want to declare this union, let's define the union type also, u and I, for example, and now we declare a union here, u and I, and then we can use u and I to give values to our my int variable and my char variable. For example, my int is equal to 4, and then u and I dot my char is equal to 9. Okay, and now let's compile if it works or not. And u and I have the problem here, so let's see what's the problem. I should use something like this, not here, but union my union is equal to u and I. Okay, now compile the program and it works fine. Okay, so now we are going to print the value of my char and my int here. So we will just write print, and inside the bracket we will just write percentage I slash n for the next line, and then we just print the value of my char first. Okay, u and I dot my char here, and compile and run the program. It here should be semicolon, I forgot, and run the program. And what's the problem here? The problem is warning implicit declaration of something. So problem is here in printf, it should be printf, and when I run the program it gives me 5, which is correct. Uni dot my char, we have assigned the value of 9, which is giving the answer. But let's see what happens when we try to access the value of my int. Okay, here we will try to access the value of my int instead of my char. It gives us the same result, which is 9, which is not true. So what's happening here? So whenever you define a structure like this, it allocates its variable or member variables to some memory space. So for example, you have defined variable my int and my char in your my structure, then it allocates 4 bytes of memory in some memory space in your computer for my int, and it allocates 1 byte of memory for this character in some other memory space. So when we see in the memory map, for example, it will look like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. So these 4 bytes are for your myInt, right? MyInt variable or integer variable. Okay, and this 1 byte is for char. Okay, now whenever you use union, the memory mapping is little bit different. So whenever you declare a union, it has the size of the variable whose size is maximum. So the maximum size of a variable inside this union is 4, which is from integer myInt, because 4 is greater than 1. So the size of union will be 4 in this case. So union allocates the size to itself from a variable whose size is maximum. So the union size in this case is 4. So inside our, this is struct, for example, and for union the memory maps will be something like this: 1, 2, 3 and 4. So it allocates memory, this memory, to the integer, and in a same memory it can allocate the 1 byte for the character. Okay, so they share, so members inside a union share this memory space or size, but inside the structure they are allocated at different places. Okay, so that's why whenever you assign 4, it will be assigned in these 4 bytes, and so you have, for the first time when you assign 4 in the integer, it will be assigned here, but as soon as you assign 9 to this character, then it will be overwritten to these 4 bytes. Okay, that's why we are getting the answer 9 here. So this is the main difference between structure and union. Structure allocates different memory location to its variable, but union allocates the same memory location, and the size of the union is the maximum size of a variable inside it. So if myInt has the maximum size, the size of the union will be the same. Now to prove this, we can just print the size of these structure and the union. Okay, so let's try to print the structure size and union size. Okay, so for printing the structure size, there is a function called size of, and using this you can calculate the size of the structure. So our structure name is record in this case, so we will just calculate the size of record, and in the union case, our union name is UNI, right? So we can get the size of UNI, and let's say here the size of struct, and just below it we can say the size of union. Okay, and compile the program and run the program, and it says the size of structure is 8 and the size of union is 4. Okay, now you may be wondering that the size of structure should be 5 because the size of integer is 4 for integer variable, and the size of character is 1 for the character variable. Where does this 8 comes from as a size? because whenever you provide some variable to the structure, it calculates the memory or size by adding the size of these variable, plus it gives the padding, plus it adds some padding so that it can become the multiple of 4 or 8 or something like this. That's why you are seeing 8 here, because 5 is not the multiple of 8 or 4. Okay, so structure provide or C provides some padding to the structure so that its size become 8 instead of 5. But the size of union is 4, as I have told you that it's the size of the variable which has the maximum size. So size of union is 4 in this case. And you may also be wondering where we can use union if they overwrite the stuff every time you try to access them. The union are mainly used in embedded programming, wherever you try to access some memory or something like this. There it's mostly used, but you need to read about this, where can you possibly use this union. So I hope you have understood the basic concept of union, and I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and bye for now.